Good evening, all guys. Before starting the session, we just wants to know about you all. So, one by one, please introduce yourself to us. One by one, please. We just require your name, education background, and if any work experience. That's it.
Yeah, let me go first. I'm Vandana. So I've been working in an IT industry for the last couple of years. I'm playing as a project manager in agile environment. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, good. And next, Mr. Sajad, can you please? Mr. Yeah, please go ahead, Amma.
So
Yeah, we just require your name, education background, and if any work experience. Sajad.
me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Hi everyone. Good evening. My name is Mir Sajad Ali. I'm become a graduate. I'm working in an IT company from last 15 years. My current position is regional manager. Thank you.
Good, excellent. Good, excellent. Amul.
Hi all, good evening. My name is Amol. I'm working with most logistics company in Pune and I have total of 10 years of experience in SAP as an end user. Thank you.
Good, excellent. Okay, guys. Uh, Before starting the session, I just want to tell you one thing to everyone that our sessions will be like questioning and answering. So whenever you guys get any doubt, just ask us. Was it clear? Now, let's come to us. I'm Sudhakar Darawat. I'm a chartered accountant as well as a cost accountant. And earlier, I worked as an auditor. Right now, I'm working as a finance consultant in PwC right now. And I completed around 65 batches with respect to ECC and S4HANA, including corporate batches. And I'm in the part of 6 implementation projects and 3 migration projects, and it having some state governments also in the case of implementation. Here, guys, before going through it, here majorly we're having in SAP 5 types of projects: implementation, support, rollout, migration, and upgradation. Here, implementation means if you move from non-SAP to SAP for the very first time for the entire company, for your entire group, then we call it as implementation project. Here, after that, we give usually as a consultant, we give as a support. Why? To resolve the error and to add the changes what were happening due to change in technology or rules and regulation. And to resolve the error tickets, what we do support, it is nothing but we consider under the support project. Rollout. Here, what we do here, first our client, he will implement SAP for a certain part in a particular group. It means he will implement for the particular single company or to the certain country to the entire group. If he if it works properly, he will implement for entire group. Those kind of projects comes under the category of rollout project. Here, implementation project life cycle is 6 months to 24 months, and support project is going concern. You know all right what is going concern till the organization runs the business. We give the support. as a consultant. Rollout project lifetime is just 6 months. Migration means you are moving from one software to one software to other software in the same ERP. Means in the SAP ERP. What is ERP? We'll tell you later. Just wait for 2 minutes. Here, here, upgradation means within the within the same software, moving from lower version to higher version. Higher version. These are the 5 different projects. Here also, this migration and support project span is lifespan is 6 months to 12 months. Same. So with respect to types of project, if anyone having any doubts, just ask us. Not only doubt, if anyone required one more time, just ask us. Is it clear to everyone? Is it
Yes.
clear or not? Okay. Now, basically, any one of you please tell us what is ERP, guys?
Enterprise resource planning.
Enterprise resource planning. Okay. What is enterprise? Anyone? What is enterprise, guys? It's nothing but business organization, right? Here we do business in the form of proprietorship, partnership, company, body of individual, trust, whatever the form it might be. Entrepreneur starts organization to give shape to the idea. In order to give shape to the idea, he requires some inputs. Those inputs are nothing but resources. Resources means what? Man, material, machine, money, method. By using these 5 M's, usually our entrepreneur converts input to output. Once our entrepreneur gives shape to the idea, we has to sell the particular product in the market. So one more M we require, that is marketing. Here, in order to convert, in order to sell our product, you are following the process called so here when it comes to ERP, here ERP, by using the ERP, you guys can know how your resources are being utilizing, in what way, at what stage, whether you're getting profit or not. You can know all the things in a single click. You guys may get one doubt. What is the difference between software and ERP? What is the difference between software and ERP? Software is software is useful for only single department in the organization. If it is useful for the single department, we generally call normal software. If it is useful for more than one department in the organization, we call ERP. Why we are discussing regarding the ERP means SAP is also an ERP package, Why? It covering all the departments in the single umbrella. Is it clear, guys? SAP means what? Systems, applications, and products in data processing. Is it clear with respect to what is ERP to everyone? Anyone having any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, guys, just imagine there is our client. He want to implement SAP for the manufacturing sector. What his product is EV car. So, in order to manufacture a EV car, he required different departments like material management, plant maintenance, warehouse management, production planning, quality management, sales and distribution, customer relationship management, finance, controlling, human resource management, and information technology. Here, normally these are the departments. To a particular department, to a particular department, while you implement SAP, while you implement SAP, we call module. Is it clear? While we implement SAP to the particular department, what we call module. And the person who is responsible to implement SAP to the particular fellows, we call consultant. So here, consultants are nothing but the persons who are responsible to implement SAP in the particular department. While we implement SAP in the particular department, what we calling module. Except IT, whatever the different departments are there, to the particular departments we call functional departments. What we call functional departments. And the persons who are responsible to implement SAP, we call functional consultants. Except IT, whatever the different departments are there, we call functional departments. And while we implement SAP, we call functional module. And the person who are responsible to implement SAP, we call functional consultant. Normally, for every configuration, you require functional and technical configuration. Functional and technical configuration. Functional configurations will be provided by whom? The respective functional consultant. And technical configurations will be provided by whom? ABAP consultant. Basically, in the IT, we work with two fellows. One is ABAP consultant, Advanced Business Application Programming Language, ABAP consultant, and Basis consultant. Okay, we'll talk with these two fellows within 1 minute. Okay, just wait. So normally, for every configuration, what do you require? Functional and technical configuration. Functional configurations will be provided by whom? The respective functional module consultant. Technical configurations will be provided by whom? ABAP consultant. Now, you both fellows made a configuration. What is the next step? You guys has to store a data in the database. So in order to store the data in the database, who is the responsible fellow? Basis team. So whatever data comes in, whatever data goes out, who is responsible for our database? That is basis team. So here we create one request to the basis team to store the data, whatever you guys and technical ABAP consultant were created. So here the request what you create to the basis team, we call it as transport request. Till now, is it clear to everyone? Vandana, Lakan, Sajad, Amul.
Yes.
Yes, it is clear. It means at here we require only two type of the consultant, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Next, come back, Amma. The request what you create in order to store the data in the database, we call transport request. So here, in order to store functional configuration. Functional consultant will create one request. We call it as customizing request. And to store technical configuration, ABAP consultant, what they create a request, we call workbench request. So customizing request, who will use functional consultant? Workbench request, who will use ABAP consultant? Is it clear? Why you are using? To store configurational data in the database. To whom you are creating request? Basis team. Is it clear? Now, I had one doubt, Amma. Recently, you guys had seen in the news one iPhone was came in the market, right? iPhone series. Before adding any network, whether it might be SIM or any Wi-Fi connection, whether you guys can use it or not, anyone? You guys can use, right? You can add contacts. You can make reminders. Some sort of this things you can make. So those things are nothing but basic configuration. Now, for this meeting, we are using the Skype. Other guys can use for the meeting Google Meet. Other guys can use okay other any app. So here our motive is for meeting only, but we are using different apps. So as per the requirement, our client can ask the development. So here the combination of baseline configuration and developmental configuration is called configurational data. Baseline configuration is nothing but basic configuration or predefined configuration. Predefined means already it was added. Always baseline configuration or predefined configuration doesn't satisfy your client need. So that is the reason somebody was kicked out. Okay, please don't please everyone participate, Amma. Don't kick out to other guys. Okay. The combination of baseline configuration and developmental configuration we call configurational data. Here, baseline configuration is nothing but predefined configuration. Is it clear? Baseline configuration is nothing but predefined configuration. Developmental configuration means what? As per the client need, you are making the development. Combination of these, we call it as configurational data. Here, once you made a license, software license to use, what is the next step you will use? In what way you will use? By posting day-to-day transactions. Here, configurational data, okay, will be done by whom? Consultant. Here you can see, simply we can use word. In configurational data, you are making amount. In transactional data, your client employees are working on it. Who are making? Consultant, you guys. To store configurational data, what do we require? Transport request. Any one of you please tell me what is the role of accountant? Anyone? What is the role of accountants? Any one of you please? What is the role of accountants?
Recording the transaction, yeah, recording a books.
Good. Recording the day-to-day business transactions and generating the report. Here, normal in a small organizations, we call accountant. But when it comes to MNCs or with the persons who are using SAP or any other ERPs, to the particular guys, we call end users. What is the role of end user? Recording of day-to-day business transaction and generating the reports. Is it clear? Now, the third step is, guys, I had one doubt, Amma. You know all, In income tax, there is a subject called set off and carry forward losses, right? There, what you guys will do, you will carry forward your losses from one year to next year. Till how many years you follow? 8 years, right? Minimum to maximum 8 years, based on head of the income. So here, just imagine you guys are the owner of the organization. I'm the assessing officer. If you say last year you got the loss, will I believe? No. I will ask you to show the books of accounts. As a owner of the organization, you are the responsible to show us. So here, just imagine you are implemented SAP in 2024, but your organization is started in 2020. Now I'm asking you to show the books of accounts. You are right now using SAP ERP. So here, what you has to do, you has to upload from 2021 onwards transactional data in the database. So here, before implementation, those transactions will be uploaded by whom? Consultants, functional and ABAP. After implementation, it will be uploaded by whom? End user. Now, you guys may get one doubt here. What is master data? Here, master data is nothing but the combination of similar transactions. So the combination of similar transactions we call master data. We're having master data like GL master data, vendor master data, customer master data, bank master data, asset master data, business partner master data, cost element, cost center, internal order, profit center, and etc. So here, what you're doing, it is master data is nothing but the similar nature, similar character transactions when you're clubbing together, you're calling by name master data. Before implementation, consultants were uploading. After implementation, end user. Here, functional consultants will use a tool called LTMC. To run the LTMC, you don't require any coding skills because you are the functional guy. You don't know the coding knowledge. In SAP, we're having our own coding language, that is ABAP, Advanced Business Application Programming Language. So to run ABAP, to run BDC, batch data conversion, you require coding skills. So who will use the BDC? ABAP. Why? We are using LTMs and BDC to upload master data in the database. So here, for only configurational data, we require transport request. For transactional data and master data, we don't require transport request. In configurational data, who is working? Consultant. In transactional data, who is working? End user. In master data, who are working? Both consultant and end user. Is it clear to everyone? Anyone having any doubts? Is it anyone having any doubts, guys? Okay, come back. Any one of you please tell us who are the client and who are the consultant and who are the end user based on it. Try to. If you give wrong also, no problem, mama. Just keep in your mind one thing. You guys came here to learn the new thing. If you give wrong, no problem. You came, the basic thing, why you came? To learn the new things. Is it clear? Next, if you give the wrong answer, you can remember it in the long term. If you know the answer, if you give correct answer, then there will be no problem, right? Now, any one of you please tell us who are the client, who are the consultant, and who are the end user. Okay, we'll tell you also.
Basically,
Yeah, please go ahead.
client is the person or a organization or a company or subsidiary with whom we are doing our business. Okay. The client could be in aspects of corrections, in aspects of paying something to them. Okay. Or in aspects of we are doing the business with third party. Now, consultant is a person who is assisting us to develop, who is assisting us to develop in helping us to upgrade our version. Okay, like we have a SAP consultant, and end user is the person who is doing the day-to-day transactions on SAP platform or ERP.
Good. Excellent.
Thank you.
Here, clients are nothing but owner of the organization. Consultants are nothing but maker who is making in order to use the software license. End users are nothing but workers or users of the software. Is it clear to everyone? Is it clear, guys, to everyone? Any doubts to anyone? If you guys are having any doubt, just put a message at least, okay? Next. Earlier, whenever we are saying to store configurational data, you guys are using the transport request. So here, why you are using the transport request? To store configurational data. So here, if you analyze here one thing, our every configurational data by storing in two places. One is at configurational data and second one is at transport request. Now you guys may get one doubt. What is the need to store our data in the transport request? Guys, why we are storing the data in the transport request means in every software license, it will contain different servers. It will contain different servers. So here right now, okay, while we do practice, we're having only one server, but in real time, we're having around 3 to 4 servers. So here, each server having its own roles. So here you can see all the roles, all the different servers. Now come back. Now here in a SAP software license, basically for testing purpose, we're having two servers somehow. Before implementation, we use sandbox server. After implementation, we use testing server. Why you are using? For testing purpose. Before implementation, sandbox server. In the process of implementation, testing server. Why we are using both the servers? For testing purpose only. Is it clear? Now come back. In the system landscape, we're having three different servers: development, testing, third production. In the development server, we're having again two servers. One is sandbox server, second one is golden client server. Here, what the configurations you give in order to test before implementation, we use sandbox server. So what the configurations you make in the sandbox server, it will not give any impact to your client. So that is the reason we call it as dummy server or trial server. What is our main server? That is golden client server. What the configurations you make in the golden client server, it will give impact to your client. So you has to be very careful while you add configurational data in the golden client server. You has to be very careful. Why? It will give impact to your client business. Next, here the role of the transport request in order to store our configurational data is it will act as vehicle to send the data from one server to other server, from development to testing, testing to production. So now here we transfer configurational data from golden client server to testing server with the help of transport request. So in the testing server, you guys will do testing. You will upload the master data. So here, what do you upload the master data in the HANA database? We call it as cutover activity. So you will fix one date. Before the date, whatever the transactions were there, you will upload into SAP HANA database. So the activity what you do here, we call cutover activities. And here, you are the consultant, you are the maker. You guys know what you guys were done. What is your role? You guys has to train to your end user. Who will do training activity? Training will be given by your junior consultants. Is it clear? In the testing server, cutover activities and end user training to everyone. If it is clear, then we'll see regarding types of testing. Anyone having any doubts? Is it clear, guys? Vandana, Amol, Sajad, Lakan, and Islam.
Yes, it's clear.
Now, guys, here we're having different departments. Here we are having different functional departments. If you post any journal entry, if you post any journal entry, if it gives impact to only one module, only one department, we call unit testing. If it gives impact to more than one module, we call integration testing. Is it clear? Unit testing means it will give impact to only one module. Unit testing means it will give impact to only one module. Integration testing means by posting single journal entry, it will give impact to more than one module. Now you guys may get one doubt, what is regression? Due to change in technology, due to change in rules and regulation, you has to update. Why? What we said, for implementing a project, you guys are taking time 6 months to 24 months. In the meanwhile, if technology changes or rules and regulation changes, you has to update. Is it clear? So here, after updating, what the testing you do with old already configured data, we call it as regression testing. Simply we can say regression testing is nothing but old configured data and new updated data. And what the configurations what the testing we do is we call it as regression testing. Okay, now once again we'll send the data from testing server to production server. In the production server, end user will record day-to-day business transaction. If you analyze here one thing, in the development server, who is working? Consultant. In the testing server, who is working? Consultant. In the production server, end user. Is it clear, guys? With respect to system landscape to everyone. Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, okay. Today we'll discuss with respect to enterprise structure theoretically, and tomorrow we'll make the configuration, guys. Guys, there will be two scenarios for implementing SAP. Means you can implement SAP for single legal entity, or you can implement SAP for group of companies. Here, if you implement SAP for group of companies, usually there will be one group. Under group, there will be many subsidiary companies. So to the group company, we usually call holding company. And here, you guys may get one doubt when we are getting this holding and subsidiary company concept. Means here, just imagine you started one organization. Now you are getting much more profits. Now you are intended to go for the expansion. For that purpose, you require some funds. Then what you guys will do? You will issue your equity shares to public. Because of issue of shares, if you lose the decision making rights, at the moment only will apply holding and subsidiary company concept. Here, holding company means a company which purchases minimum 51 percentage of shares or majority of shares. A company which purchases minimum 51 percentage of shares or majority of shares to the particular company we call holding company. And the organization which issued shares, because of issue of shares, if it loses decision making rights, then we call it as subsidiary company. So here, whatever holding companies takes a decision, it has to obey the subsidiary company. So to the holding company we call group. What group? Organization group, or we can call it as parent company. To the subsidiary company, what we call one of the unit in the organization group. Is it clear to everyone? Let us take one example. X started organization. When he started, he having 100 percentage of rights. Later, what was happened? He issued 80 percentage of shares to others. Now, X is holding only 20%. Y came forward. Y purchased 21 purchase 21%, and ZAB purchased 19.66%. Now, in this case, what is the position of X, Y, and Z? Anyone? AB also. What is the position of X, Y, Z, AB? Anyone? Don't feel shy, guys. Try to give answer. You know all. When you start your career as a fresher or junior consultant, at each position, from the beginning onwards, you have to involve in the group discussion. You have to clear there. In the organization also, sometimes you have to give the presentations. You have to train to the end user. So in order to get all the skills, you have to prepare from the day one onwards. Is it clear? If you know the subject, you require communication skills also. In order to get the communication skills, if you feel shy, there will be no use. Is it clear? Guys, here, which company is having majority of shares? Why? So, because of 1% more, X lost the decision making rights. So here Y is called holding company, X is called subsidiary company. The position of ZAB or equity shareholders or investors. Is it clear? Now to the Y, we call holding company or parent company or organization group. And while we implement SAP, we call company. While you learn a new subject, you have to adapt for the new terminology. Usually, what is the meaning? What is the definition of company? Company means association of some persons who form together to do an activity which is not illegal, and the organization should be going concern, right? But as per SAP, company means organization group or holding company or parent company. Example, Tata Group. And to the X, we call subsidiary company or one of the unit in the organization group. And while we implement SAP, we call company code. Example, subsidiary companies TCS, Tata Motors, Tata Chemicals, Taj Hotels, etc. This is the first scenario. What is the second scenario? Here, you can implement SAP for single legal entity. You are not having any groups, right? So in the particular case, while you implement SAP, company and company code will be the same. Is it clear, guys, regarding the both scenarios? Anam, Islam, Amul, Lakan, Sajad, Vandana, everyone.
Yes, yes.
Usually, you guys are using SAP FI to generate the external reports. Good. To whom it is useful? To your stakeholders. Now, you guys may get one doubt, who are the stakeholders? By the act of your organization, who affects directly or indirectly all the fellows come into the category of stakeholders. Example, equity shareholders, preference shareholders, debenture holders, secured loans, unsecured loans, short term loans, creditors, debtors, bankers, stock exchange, ROC, local government, etc. Is it clear? Now, here, guys, usually you use SAP FI to generate the external reports. But what is your role as a consultant? Whatever client says, you have to map into the SAP. Now, what I will say, I'll call you as a client. I will call you. Hey, you consultant, come here. You are the finance consultants, right? I need internal report by using finance. So you guys has to do. Usually, this internal reports to whom it is useful? To the management and employees. To the management, how it will useful? To make the decisions at different level, like lower, middle, upper. And that to the employees, it is used for salary appraisals. Now here, in order to, yeah, any doubts, Sama, to anyone? Okay. In order to generate internal report by using SAP Finance, we create business area. Guys, from here onwards, we'll use a one word, that is define. Is nothing but, guys, in future we'll use a word define. It is nothing but we use it to create. Define is nothing but to create. Okay, guys, here come back. Usually we define business area to generate the internal report. Now you guys may get one doubt, how we can define. Guys, we can define business area on the base of product wise or geographical wise. So who will take a decision to move as per product wise or geographical wise? Your client. So he can say you to move as per product or geographical wise. What is your role as a consultant? You just map into the SAP. So here, for our company code, Tata Motors, for our company code Tata Motors, you are generating the internal report on what base? On the base of product wise. So here, in, when we define business area on the base of product wise, on the base of product wise, we're having four different business areas. That is, we chosen petrol engine, diesel engine, CNG engine, electric engine. So within the company code, okay, in the company code, within the subsidiary company, how many business areas we're having on the base of product wise? Four: petrol engine, diesel engine, CNG engine, electric engine. Why you are using? For generating internal report. So here, if you want to define internal report at company code level, you has to add all the four different business area reports at one place, and we call it as consolidated business area. Consolidation means what, guys? Grouping together or clubbing together. When you add all the four different business area reports at one place, what we are calling it? Consolidated business area. Why you are using? To generate internal report at company code level. Then why you are using business area? To generate internal report within the company code. Is it clear, guys? The difference between business area and consolidated business area usage. Everyone. ANM Islam, Amul, Lakan, Sajad, Vandana, everyone.
Yes.
Come back, come on. Guys, here, when you are using FI, you are here you are having trading, P&L, balance sheet, cash flow statement, right? So here, when you are generating these reports, you guys are considering expense and incomes in the business area and consolidated business area. Here, if I don't require incomes, if I want to know only the expense whatever incurred, for that purpose I define the functional area. So here, functional area is used to generate expense report departmental wise. Is it clear, Amma? Next, come back here. Basically, we're having two types of transactions: cash sale, credit sale. If he pays 100% amount instantly at the time of purchase, we call cash sale. Can pay through any negotiable instruments like check, bill of exchange, promissory note, UPI, or cash. If he pays 100% instantly at the time of purchase, we call cash sale. Then what is credit sale? If he stops 0.1 percentage, if he pays in future, we call credit sale. In the case of credit sale, in future he may pay or may not. So we call it as credit transaction. Here you can see one contingency is happening. Means the future is uncertain. He may pay or may not. If he not pays, we there are the chances of bad debts. If your organization having more bad debtors, more bad debts, you may have to close your organization. You may have to wind up your organization. In order to be free from the particular situation, you are defining in SAP credit control area. Why you are using credit control area? To put limit on customer at the time of selling a product on credit base, only on credit base, not on cash. So here these configurations will be done by both finance and sales and distribution team. Here you can define single credit control area for entire group, or you can create separately for each subsidiary companies. Is it clear to everyone? Is it anyone having any doubts? If anyone having any doubts, please ask us. Okay. Tomorrow at the same time there will be the session.